Big day, Justin Timberlake's brand new album just came out, and we have Chuck Arnold, the senior entertainment writer at the New York Post, joining us to break down everything from the entire album start to finish. Lay it on us.
Yeah, I mean, I had to wait like everyone else until midnight to get into it. I started playing it, and the first thing that you notice is that it's very different from Man of the Woods, which was his last album. A lot of people didn't like that album because he sort of went in a different direction, more Americana, country, folk. You think of Justin Timberlake, you think of him dancing, right? So this album takes him back to the dance floor. But it's such a long album that it has a few different places that it takes you. It's 80 minutes, almost 80 minutes.
Okay.
So it's a journey that you go on with Justin.
What type of journey are we going on?
Well, yeah, I think we start on the dance floor, right? Because that's, I think, what he wants to hype people up again. And then, there's ballads, there's a lot of sort of sexy slow jams, some things that remind me of Prince. And then we get into a little throwback of like his early years, and there's even an NSYNC reunion. So it's a full circle moment, I think, with Justin Timberlake, who's 43 now. So it's like you forget how long he's been in this business.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Let's talk about some of the songs that are on the album.
Okay.
Now, it opens up with Memphis. I know that you kind of like that one, don't you?
Yeah, Memphis is like, kind of an intro, right? It sets up the album. It talks about his journey as a young man who had dreams. Obviously, he accomplished a lot, but it takes us back to like where he was growing up in Memphis, and it sets, I think, the tone for the rest of the album, and that it is going to be sort of a lifelong look at him as his career and his personal life. So
almost like a rebirth, because obviously with the last album, which was a flop, this is kind of
his standards. I don't mean like a lot of people would like to flop like that album flopped. It was a flop by his standards, I would say.
Yeah. So now this one's going to be him kind of bringing it back to what it once was.
Yeah, I think there definitely is a sense of returning to fun Justin, which I'm kind of surprised because the first couple of songs that we heard weren't exactly like that. But this is definitely more of a fun, danceable album. But I feel like he then, definitely shows other sides of himself, but he stays away from the woods. No Man of the Woods in this album. So.
What's another standout song to you on the album?
I love No Angels. I think that is like, that's the new single. They just stopped a video today where you can see him dancing. And I think that's the thing you want. You want Justin Timberlake dancing. And
although they were making fun of his dance moves not too long ago, remember?
They were, but you know what? I think most of us, 99% of the world, would take his moves over what they can do.
Exactly.
So I think that it's, he's definitely still one of those people like Beyonce, or Michael Jackson that can kind of do it all. Usher, we just saw at the Super Bowl. So, he's one of those people that is a multi-talent.
So we got to obviously talk about Selfish. That was the first song that was released off the album that we are all familiar with because it's gotten a lot of radio play so far.
It did. I think Selfish was kind of a reset. When I first heard it, it reminded me of like an NSYNC song.
Kinda.
So I was like, okay, this is gonna like sort of remind us about the charming young curly-haired man that we met, or young boy that we met back in the day when he was like just out of the Mickey Mouse Club. So it's nice. To me, it reminded you, strip away, all of the big production, all of the like, sexy lyrics, although, he still keeps it sexy. But like remind us of like being a crooner that we love and that is charming and that is a really, really great singer.
Ooh, and I already know by just one look at you. I'm gonna find out before the night's out. All the good girls.
So it was nice to have him go back to that. It almost kind of set the stage for what turned out to be an NSYNC reunion on this album. So.
Which I'm super excited to get into. That was the song Paradise.
Paradise, yes.
Okay, break that down for us.
Well, you know what? Hey.
Does it give you the old NSYNC feel or a new NSYNC feel or like a mesh of both?
I mean, let's not get carried away. This is not like NSYNC, bye. This is Justin Timberlake with background vocals by NSYNC.
Okay.
This is like.
So he's got his backup singers.
Yeah, this is like featuring NSYNC, you know, so it is, he has not, it definitely has a sweet innocence, and the harmonies are there that will certainly make, I think, NSYNC fans very happy, because they've been waiting for this.
Right.
But I think that it ultimately, it's still Justin's song, and it's still, NSYNC is kind of like, as they were kind of at the end of NSYNC, they're kind of like backing him up and letting him do his thing.
I mean, the guys just came out on stage with him in LA,
Yes.
surprised everybody. I saw TikTok went wild over it.
Yeah, I mean, there's nostalgia, right? Is what everyone loves.
Do you think they
so-
might be doing an NSYNC reunion?
You know what?
Potential tour,
I mean,
maybe. I know Justin's going on tour, but do you think, this is just
Yeah.
my inkling, do you think that maybe Justin might have NSYNC come as the opener to his tour?
I think he could use NSYNC, to be quite honest. I don't think this comeback has gone quite as well as he thought it would. It's hard. Things change a lot in 6 years, and he's 43. I mean, not that that's old, but it's old in pop game, you know.
Right.
And I think that the nostalgia factor of NSYNC it's a heartwarming thing, and it brings a lot of fans who maybe didn't listen to Man of the Woods and maybe, kind of got turned off by some other stuff in his personal life. It kind of reminds them about why they loved Justin Timberlake and NSYNC in the beginning. So,
Yeah.
and I think he could use that. And, why not? I mean, I'm sure there's something that could be worked out, putting it out there to get NSYNC on at least a few dates.
That'd be great.
If not the whole tour.
That'd be great.
So, I mean, he would sell a lot more tickets that way, no doubt.
Now, are there any songs on the album that remind you of Suit and Tie? That was one of my favorites.
Yeah. No, I think that there is the first, I would say, third of the album has kind of a soul disco feel, which I think you're talking about with Suit and Tie. So, like, FN, I can't say the whole word. FN Up the Disco, and also No Angels, the new single, and a song called Play. So yes, there is that. I think that's his sweet spot of, sort of the soulful disco, a little bit of a retro feel. That's his sweet spot. So there's a lot of that. I would say maybe almost half of the album is like that. So you should enjoy it. I think you're going to be rocking.
So if you're going to rate it 1 to 10, 10 being the best, what would you give it?
Oh, you know what? I mean, I'm one of these people. I'm old school. I want to live with it for a weekend before I give my final verdict.
Okay, well,
but
we'll
I
get
would
the
say
verdict for
after
now.
today,
Yes. After the first, the first pass.
Yes, it's 80 minutes, so I've listened to it about 4 times.
Wow.
So that's a lot. So I would say, I'd say 6, 7.
Really?
7. 7 is probably. Listen, this is an album that I think is made to. It's not an album that's meant to be played from start to finish.
Okay.
At 80 minutes, I think you pick your favorite songs and you skip over the ones you don't like. And there's something in it for everyone, where you'll get your Justin that you like, but you may not love all of it.
Do you think any of the songs can grow on you? Because sometimes you might hear a song or two
I do
out
think
there.
that, and that's why I feel like I want to give it the weekend.
Okay, so the
But
number
I
could
can't-
go up.
I don't think it's a slam dunk.
Okay.
I can, when something is a slam dunk, it's not a slam dunk.
But it's definitely better than the last one.
Better than the last one, but it could have been 20 minutes less.
Okay.
That's
fair
my
enough.
assessment.
Fair enough. And before we let you go, do you think that this could be Justin's comeback? Could this be the door that opens to bring him back to where he once was?
Pop has changed so much. You look at Ariana Grande. She dropped an album last Friday, and which I really love. But even her, she's only 30, and it felt like she had been away for a long time. So things shift so quickly in pop music that it was gonna be a challenge, even for Justin Timberlake. I think that's why he needs to lean into the nostalgia factor, because he's not gonna have number one hit after number one hit anymore.
Okay.
That's just the
Fair
way
enough.
that it is. Unless you're Beyonce.
You are just a Beyonce stan.
I am. And they're the same age. So, that's an interesting parallel, right? Because she started in a girl group, he started in a boy band, but she has been working and grinding, and he's been away. And while she's been elevating it and taking it to a different level, you know, he's been having kids and doing other things, and that is, I mean, everyone has the right to do, you know, what they want to do in their life. I think he's also an actor, and obviously he does movies. But Beyonce has been out there. You have not been like, where's Beyonce? She's been there. So I feel like she still feels younger and fresher.
Okay.
I think Justin feels like he got a little older, and that's a challenge, I think, for him.
Well, you know, I mean, I guess we're going to have to take a listen to the album.
Yes.
Everything I Thought It Was.
I'm a big JT fan, though, so I'm not hating.
Brand new Justin Timberlake out right now, so make sure you go check it out. And I don't know, let us know your reviews as well. Let us know if you agree with what Chuck is telling us.
Yes.